Okay, you're probably wondering, what kind of band is Atriarch? Are they going to appeal to me? Well, let me tell you, yeah, they are. Aside from the heaviness and the so-called psychedelic drone and the real showmanship that you see on stage, which is really rare nowadays, there's an element that really appeases any heavy genre fan. What I like is, as I mentioned before, the growth. But talk to me a little bit about the new record. Now, I'm notorious for fucking shit up, so An Unending Pathway. How is this different from the last release?
Well, you know, it's another step in that evolution that we were talking about, and it's just in our process. Our process stays the same, but at the same time, it grows and it shifts in the way that we write these songs. You know, and I have to say that recording with Billy Anderson was huge. You know, recorded the first album ourselves.
He really captures your energy very well.
Well, yeah, and we changed parts because of him, where he was like, maybe you should sing it like this, or maybe you should shorten this, and you know, he produced that record, and he changed the way we played them live, you know, and that kind of environment and working with that kind of a person was really significant too. But yeah, also I think it's just our natural progression. It's our evolution of us as artists. And the next record, these new songs we're writing don't sound like this last record either.
That's one of the things that I really like and admire about artists like yourselves, is that there's a progression, but it's not a safe, predicted, calculated progression. There's a natural. I like to really compare it to nature, man. It's an organism naturally evolving. You mentioned Billy Anderson. Billy Anderson is fucking amazing. If I got to explain who he is, then you shouldn't even be watching this video. But the trust that you give to him, that is also another form of an organic, somewhat portal type of relationship, man, because he takes and really understands where you're going, and he evolves it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. He was our fifth member, and he was in the ritual. Yeah, he was feeling it. He was there for the whole thing, and he was a part of it. Yeah, absolutely. He still is. You know, he's a part of that record.
Does it bother you that when you're playing live, there's certain people that are, I've seen this numerous times, and I notice that it doesn't affect you, which I admire that, but you're human. Does it bother you that there's certain people that the attention span, after like 2 minutes, they're like, what is this? Or the texting, or the people that are trying to comprehend what the fuck this is, and they're wondering why you're not wearing, like, you know, panda makeup and...
Honestly, I expect it. You know, I'm 38 years old, man. I've been going to shows for over 20 years. I know how people are. I watch people. I'm an observant person. I would be surprised if everyone in the room watched us the whole time and there wasn't somebody distracted and pulling their phone out. Our world is so immediate, and people are so detached. And I honestly think we're making them uncomfortable being so open, and they can feel that. Yeah. You know, that they can feel that there's something going on. And that makes them uncomfortable, and that makes them want to withdraw, you know, instead of pouring themselves into it and becoming a part of it. You know, it's an awkward, or it would have to be an awkward feeling for someone who wasn't in touch with that part of themselves.
I find it interesting because, again, not to really come off as an asshole, but I find it interesting because when you're watching a show, and it's not a show, it's a form of an exorcism, so to speak, like of a spiritual ceremony and amplification, man.
Absolutely, it is.
Does it frustrate you that there's some asshole in the back yelling Slayer?
No.
It doesn't bother you that there's some fucking asshole texting?
Nope. I expect it, you know. It would be awesome if it wasn't like that, but these are the kind of things I'm talking about, you know. So the people that are into it and are noticing it, you know, they see that too. And they're realizing this is all part of the problem. And just because they're a part of the problem, I'm not going to shun them or let them bother me. I'm just going to give them more, you know, love and positivity, and just hopefully, like, one day, you know, that phone will fucking fall to the wayside, and they'll learn how to live their lives, you know, as a true human, and actually interacting with each other, and not in this virtual veil that we're so caught up in.
Yeah, like enjoy the beauty of music and connect with what I've created for you to experience.
And nature, and the person standing next to you. You know, the grass coming out of the ground, the air that you're breathing. You know, this is all taken for granted.
Very well put. You're going to be in Southern California 2 days. You're playing tonight here at the complex. Really looking forward to it. Like, as I said, I enjoy the aspect and the art and the creativity. Tomorrow you're playing, let me get this correct. Psycho, California. I gotta make sure I don't fuck that up. With all these bands.
It's an incredible lineup.
It's an amazing lineup. It's a great festival, but dude, the heavy genre is really evolved to a whole other level. Are you mentally prepared to play for a fraction of people who have no real concept of what we've just discussed?
Yeah, I mean, every time we go on tour, I'm ready for that. Even when we're not on tour, I'm ready for that. Every time we play, like, I feel like if we weren't ready for that, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. I mean, that's all part of it. That's all part of it is accepting that people's reactions might not be positive, you know, or understanding or whatever it is. You know, we have to be prepared for any outcome, or else, you know, we're just going to be fucked.
It's pretty punk, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's pretty punk. Does it influence you when you're writing?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You know, like I said, we're doing this for our own creative evolution and for our own spiritual growth, and we're just thrilled anytime anyone comes into that fold and participates in it with us and gets into it and wants to experience it and be a part of it, wear the shirt, buy the record, come and see us. You know, that we love that, and we're always gonna love our fans. And yeah, absolutely.
The Atriarch live ritual is something that you definitely must experience. For those that have never seen it, never heard of it, trust me, it takes you to a whole new dimension in music. For those that have experience, you know what I'm talking about. It's not one of these flash in the pan type of shows. So let's get this straight. You're playing tomorrow, Psycho, California. What time's your set tomorrow?
We're playing at like 2:30. We're playing first on the side stage.
Don't get me started on that. All right. Okay, this is interesting. On the 16th, May 16th, you're playing Metro in Oakland with Lycus. That's another band that goes to the whole other level, man.
I love Acatharsia is great too. The opening band, it's Tucker from Fell Voices. It's his new band, yeah, and they're fantastic.
Why isn't that show happening here? All right, the 22nd, you're playing at Dante's in Portland. Yeah. And then you mentioned new material. Are you going to be, can you mention anything about that as far as?
We got 2 new songs that are actually playable live. We got a couple new ones that we're working on. We probably won't even be going into the studio until next year. You know, this record still is building momentum. So, but yeah, we'll have a record next year.
Relapse Records as well?
Yeah, 2 more. Yeah.
Make sure you check out An Unending Pathway on Relapse Records. Lenny Smith, thank you for taking the time to speak with me.
Thanks, Jay.